Hello and welcome. Today I'll be sharing tips on how to ace the SQI scholarship test and to give us an idea of what the test exactly looks like. So if this is your first time here, you may want to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we share more information about the college. You get to know all about the college and also learn some really cool tech tips. So ensure that you like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. All right. So the moment you're ready for the test, this is the first page that you're going to see, especially if you're taking the test physically. This page asks for your ID and your PIN. These details are details that have been sent to you earlier, even after your registration. The moment you register, you get these details sent to your mail. Once you open your mail, you will find your ID and your PIN. All you have to do is type them out, or you can copy them and write them on a piece of paper and then bring them in when you come in to take the test. In case you did not get the login details, all you have to do is re-register with the same link, re-register with the same phone number and the same email address, and you click on resend email. The moment you do that, it's going to resend the mail to you and you get access to your ID and your PIN. So beautiful. Once you've done that and you click on login, this should take you to the next page, which is a very, very important section that you need to pay attention to. So this says welcome, and then it says your name. And this is where it gives you the instructions. These instructions are very, very important. Do not skip this part because the instruction itself is key to passing the examination and to acing the test, essentially. So basically, you have about 30 minutes to answer the question, and there are currently 3 sections: critical thinking, inductive reasoning, and general knowledge. And it also says, do not attempt to take this test more than once, as this will lead to complete disqualification from the scholarship. Also, very, very important instruction is that our questions are AI proof. So don't try to waste your time trying to use tools like ChatGPT. They're not going to help you with this test. Believe me, if you would really take out time to understand how the questions are structured, you would ace it. And then lastly, relax. It's not so difficult. And then there's like a little emoji here. So once you've read the instructions, you just click on proceed and the test begins. So this is the kind of interface you get. And the first thing you need to note is that the 3 sections are right above. You can decide to pick anyone. So you don't have to start with critical thinking. You can decide to select this, and then this will take you to the second section, or select this, and this will take you to the third section. And you can always go back and forth, try to juggle in between. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Another thing that you may need to keep in mind is that the moment you answer a question, this will be grayed out. So you can always know, oh, I've answered 1, 2, 3, I didn't answer 8 and 9, because the question that you've answered are going to be grayed out. So you might want to watch out for that. And this right here is a beautiful section as well. This is a countdown timer, counting down to the time when your exam is going to end. So if this gets to 0, 0, 0, it means you have come to the end of the exam and it automatically submit. However, if you finish before time, you just come ahead and click on submit test. You can also click on this next, and that will just jump you to the next question, or you can manually select the question you want. So I can say I want to start from 13, and then I click on question 13, and that takes me there. So this is a sample of one of the questions. By the way, I have to give a disclaimer. This does not mean you're going to see this particular question in your test. It is just a sample question for the purpose of this tutorial. So the question says, pick the section with the most difference. And I need you to pay attention to this because it says the most difference. It doesn't say just pick the section with the difference. You have to find the one that has more differences. So for example, you would notice that in this picture, it will seem that if I take a close look at this, there is quite a number of differences in the sections. So you just need to pay close attention to these. And let me try to crack this. And I think I've got this. So if I check closely, oh, I think I see it. So you would see that this is purple right here. This is yellow right here. So that is a difference. And if you look closely, I'm sure there might be other differences that you might want to point out. But whichever section has the most difference, so in this scenario, that might be B. Whichever section has the most difference, you just come right here, select it, and then you go to next. And that's why it's called critical thinking. The test is really just to test your ability to be patient and to think critically, while also, of course, being aware of the time frame that you have. So it's not like biology or chemistry or physics or rocket science. It's just testing your ability to think properly. So I'm going to move on to another one of these questions. And the questions also may look something like this. This is a sample question as well. And if I take a look at these, it will seem that this is actually it looks like what is common between both. So if you take a close look at this is common, nothing else is common. So this and this is what is common to both of them. So it has this. And it's the same thing with this as well. So this is common. Yes, this is common and this is common. And I think both of them has that. This has it, this has it. And then it gave birth to this. This one with the question mark, however, means that this final one is the common thing between both of them. That means that this must be common between both. So if I check the options, it will seem that this is not common. So it doesn't have that straight line. It doesn't have that straight line. This has the straight line, doesn't have the straight line. This has the straight line. That means the answer is between A and C, from our opinion. And if we take a closer look, he has this down part, right? Which must be common between both of them. This doesn't have it. This has it. I think I have my answer already. I'm just going to go ahead and select A. And these are the type of questions. It just requires you to think critically about what you have in front of you. So I'm going to go to another section, which is the inductive reasoning. And this is just letter scrambling. So KALI is represented as XNYV. Then LINUX, Linux, should be represented as what? So if you take a close look at this, it means that LI, which is YV, is what is starting this, YV. So you notice that even all of the options have YV. So it might take you to think a little bit deeper to now figure out what N is going to be, what U is going to be, what X is going to be, provided that these ones have been already selected for you. So inductive reasoning just requires you to think from the general to the specific, right? Then you have one of the most interesting sections as well, which is the last section, section 3. And that just comprises of general knowledge. So basic English, right? You have an English word and you have the synonyms, you have the antonyms and stuff like that. Just general knowledge, something that should be common to everyone, even somebody that's done maybe primary school or secondary school. And I'm going to leave another tip because I really want you guys to ace this test as much as possible. The next tip I'm going to leave is that you might want to read up on our sites. So there seems to be a sprinkle. There may not be a sprinkle of some of the things that we do at the college that can be easily found on our website. There may and there may not be, but that's just a tip by the way. Like this question, for example, this can easily be found on our website, edu.sqi.ng. So it might be important for you to check out our site at edu.sqi.ng. So I'm going to drop the disclaimer again. The questions I showed earlier are just sample questions. It does not mean you will see those exact questions. So I would refrain from maybe cramming them if I were you, and just try as much as possible to think deeply about the question and come up with the answers. Another thing I might want to mention to you is that you don't have to panic if the light goes off or the internet connection goes down, because even if the light goes off or the power source goes off, wherever it is that you stopped, the test will continue from there. So it keeps a record of the time that you stopped. So if you stopped and you had 17 minutes left and power went off and the desktop went off, that's fine. Whenever you turn it back on again, you will discover that you still have 17 minutes left. So that's going to not deduct from your time or anything like that. So you don't have to panic if something like that happens. But especially for those that will be taking the test virtually, I would advise that you try to get stable power for those 30 minutes or thereabouts that you use to take the test, and maybe a very good internet connection just to ensure that everything works great. So it looks like I've come to the end of this session. I wish you the very best in your test. Kindly like and subscribe for more content about the college and tech tips. Also, ensure that you leave comments below if you found this video helpful or if you have any more questions. Also, I may be doing a short video for those that will be taking the virtual test as well on what to expect, some more tips for them. Till that time, I would like to see you some other time. Thank you so much for joining this. I wish you all the best. Thank you.